So yeah, we're gonna pick up Mage again. Where are we now, by the way? We're number 15. We're number 15 on the leaderboard right now.
All proceeds according to plan.
Start with the audio split again. We just had 4 audio splitters. It sure worked out. Take a spell coiler, discover a spell. That's great too. We just had 2 Night Cloak Sanctums and they worked out. Blizzard can be good, Gangplank can be good, but we're taking Night Cloak. 2 says leaderboards have live updates now. Yeah, they have for, I don't know, the last 4 months or so? 5 months? I don't want to directly direct Arcane Bolt. I do have a Naga technically, but I think I still don't want the Spite Lash. Let's just take Darkfall and Shadow. It's good. It's a good card. Shooting Star can be good, but I'm going to take Geist. Ooh. Somebody said Mage with at least 5 legendaries. Oh, there's Mana Storm again. Worked out okay in this deck. I don't think we want Magatha, because I'm probably going to be drafting a lot of spells. We could take Phelan, and we might get some Dredge. Our last deck didn't have any Dredge. But yeah, Millhouse, it worked out okay a few times, but it's still very slow. Let's take Phelan and see if we pick up some Dredge. I think we'll go that way. But yeah, we did just craft Mana Storm in gold. Synthesize is pretty sweet, although as we saw last run, sometimes it reveals your hand. Super can be good. Life Sense is good. Chatty Bartender. I mean, I don't tend to draft secrets. We had played no secrets last run. I'm just gonna take a sidekick. Fiddlefire's good. Power Technician can be good. I think Fiddlefire overall is better, personally. Ghost Rider can be really good. Mistake versus War Gear. I will have some mechs, maybe. I mean, we're going towards another value mage again, right? Ghost Rider, Geist, Spellcoil, Audio Splitter. I feel like I don't want this clogging up my hand. I think I'm just gonna take Mistake. I hope it's not a mistake. Star Power's great. I turned down 1 Power Technician, but I could take this one. Take another Synthesize? I think I will, but Arcane Worm is a good card too. There's Dredge. So we got Phelan with at least a touch of Dredge, so we could dredge up a Colossal. There's more Dredge. There's more Dredge, and if Phelan were to put a Leviathan or the Mage mech legendary, those are the only 2, right? It's the Paladin and the Mage. But if Phelan were to put a mech Colossal down there, we could draw it immediately. Alright, so we got Phelan and 2 ways to dredge. I just like Slither Spear. I think Light Show is just unreliable. But I like Slither Spear. There's a Frozen Touch. We had one in the last deck. It was pretty key to the deck's success. There's a Mecha Shark, and we do have at least, like, a couple other mechs, but I think I like Gangplank better, to be honest. Metronome, we actually have a lot of ones with Metronome, but I think we have plenty of ways to gain cards anyway. Let's just take an Arcane Worm. Oh, this one's tough. Ghost Rider is amazing. But we already have Phelan, so do I want more Dredge? Ha. I have 2 bits of Dredge. Hey, what's another Ghost Rider? This is a tough pick. This is a tough pick. Ghost is so much value, but Dredge is Dredge. Mark wants the Dredge. We do already have the Phelan. We do already have the Phelan. Ray's more consistent. Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right insofar as I need to play the Phelan first for this to be good, whereas the Ghost Rider is pretty much always good. Do you ever take Seafloor Gateway for when you're feeling hits Gaia? So yes and no. Yes and no. I do think about it, I would never take the Seafloor Gateway if I didn't have at least a couple of other mechs. Actually, Mistake's a mech. But I think a more interesting question, because the Gateway's still pretty bad. If it's up against good cards, I'm not going to take it. But a more interesting question, might be like, off Spell Coiler, do I discover Gateway? Ever hoping for that against a spell that might be a little better. Yeah, I mentioned the Paladin one. Yeah, Paladin Mage. Might even use one Dredge to pull Phelan from the bottom. That's true. This is a tough pick. How likely are you to want all 3 Colossals? Well, so it's not that easy. It's not that easy, too. Because it's not always about... like Ziff points out, sometimes Phelan could be on the bottom. We could Dredge once, play Phelan off the bottom, and then Dredge again. But it also... Right, it can get you a Dredge. Can it? It can get me a Seafloor Gateway. Can't get me an actual Dredge? Because is there a spell-based Dredge in Mage? Is there? Wait, we've got... Yeah, Gateway. Gateway's not quite Dredge. It draws a random mech, and I have 3 other mechs. And it says you might have enough value already. I might. Oh, but sorry, when I was saying it's a little less, more complicated than that, is sometimes we have to play a Trawler on turn 2, right? Or play a Trench Surveyor on turn 2. I'm not going to not play the Dredge versus not playing anything. So I might be playing Dredge early on, which means more Dredge later could make a Phelan work when I've already tempoed some of these 2s. You can get a Dredge from getting a Synthesize into an Amalgam on a mech into a Dredge. That's pretty complicated, but... This would be such an easy pick if we didn't have Phelan. I may offer it again, but 3 Dredge is enough. But I only have 2 Dredge. If I don't pick this one, right? And I took Trawler. Babbling Book's a lot of fun, but I still need Star Power. Star Power is too good to turn down. Draw 3 Murlocs. I should check if we have Murlocs. I have Mistake. That's probably it. You could technically draw Gigafin with Ravager, but I don't think that matters. So the question is, do I want another 2 cost minion, or do I want a Speaker that's tradable? Just this is sweet chili stir-fry cup noodles, and I'm sad. Everyone say 55 grams of carbs. Well, I mean, not never, not never. You know, I do take a break from keto. 2 breaks at the end of the year. 1 for Thanksgiving, 1 for Christmas to New Year's. But I mean, I'm sure some people will have seen it. But we were talking about earlier, essentially. We were talking about earlier. You need to post. Or not post, I guess. Need to bring up the most essential. The most essential crossover of all time. The most essential product placement of all time. The Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 15 Cup Noodle cross promotion where you could get the Cup Noodle helmet. That's good. Just that looks powerful. It is powerful, especially against living things. Sleeper might be better here than Crystal Broker. I'm gonna trust my Star Power though and take Crystal Broker. Might be a mistake. Might be a mistake. Arc Splitter's really good. Hipster is really good. Is Arc Splitter better than Hipster? Honestly, I think Arc Splitter may be better than Hipster, but Hipster's more fun, so I'm gonna take the fun card. This is the thing, though. This is the thing. We've got a lot of new followers today, so if you're new to the stream, you know, we're number 15 leaderboard right now, and some people would shoot for number 1, and we're gonna keep doing our best. But that's the type of thing that we do here. That is why we're number 15 instead of like number 3, maybe. So I'm like, okay, this card's better, but this card's so much more fun. Let's take this card, right? If we can be number 15 and still have a lot of fun, instead of like being number 3 and having less fun, I'd rather have more fun. That's me though. That's me. But that's the stream you're getting. If you're new to the stream, that's the stream you're getting. Not sure if that's your preference or not. It may be. Diver. I don't have any look. Oh, no, I do have one location for Dispossessed Soul, and these cards are actually quite bad, so we still take Dispossessed Soul. Gold Rag looking pretty juicy now with the Diver I picked up, and we got the Mistake, and we've got the possibilities of a Gigafin. There's Arc Splitter again, but I still want Cold Case. I still want Cold Case. Love that armor. I'm here for the soothing voice to put me to sleep. Anytime somebody says it like that, you know, it's the same type of joke, you know.
You're very kind. Glad you appreciate the stream. And my voice, I put a lot of work into it.
Because I feel like this deck is missing late game. Maybe not with the meta. First patch of signatures was so bad. Yeah, fortunately, you know, enough people complained. Now we got the ones that look like hipster that are... I still have one issue. So I'm up now. I'm awake. I've unfollowed the stream. That's fair. That's fair. Fairest thing I've heard all day. He says, yeah, it's just one. Wait, what's just one? Oh, as if it's a failed spoiler, like, we have a lot more than that. We have a lot more than that. Synthesize gives us 3 elementals. This is a 1-mana card that gives us, 6 mana worth of stuff to play. 1-mana card gives 6 mana worth of stuff. Hipster discovers a spell that could be expensive. We can keep recasting Frozen Touch. We have 2 spell coilers that discover a spell. Audio Splitter gives us an extra spell copy as long as we have some spell in hand. Fiddlefire Imp gives us a Fire Mage spell and a Fire Warlock spell. Ghost Rider can discover 1 or 2 spells. So you're right that even though the deck has very few expensive cards, it has lots of cards that give us more cards. This 2-star power is not too shabby, and especially if we like audio, because it's our most expensive spell, it will be pretty common for us to audio splitter it, and then we have another star power that costs 5. Is that Cinder Ghost from Death Knight undead? Yes, the wings I believe also count as undead. Fiddlefire gives Immolate. It often does, but it's been being pretty nice to us today. I don't think it's ever given us Immolate today, so it's gonna give me like 12 of them this run, but whatever. Ah, we got a Sky Talon. Kai. I think I'm going to coin out Mana Geode. Why? Because it means next turn I can play Whirlweaver. Active. I want to play a spell. Oh, we already played a spell. Synthesize. Shut up. Shut up. I knew that. No. Thank you to Med, or Was, with the follow. I appreciate that. You should say as well.
Yo ho!
And the 2-3 still helps me a bit. A little bit. Prices fun is better. Sometimes fun is better. Fixes they hate fun, though. I had fun once. It was terrible. It's hard to tell whether they took the Trident or the Drum Kit here. I'm guessing the Drum Kit, but it's hard to tell.
Aboard.
Okay, so I wanted to play Whirlweaver, and we'll probably stick to that.
Noxramas shall be cleansed.
Neptulon's huge, but it's far away. This is much faster. Yeah, they got a drum kit, and they have another weapon, actually. Thanks to Kai, or maybe Wow with the follow. I appreciate it. This one says, toss a coin to the opponent. Toss a coin to your witcher. Let's check scores today. We had... What do we have? What do we have? We had a... We had a 5-win rogue, and we had a 12-win mage. I think that's it. I think that's it. Now play another mage. The mage got 12. It sure did. It sure did. Good to have Ruben there, by the way, with the first time chat. You could draft Prince Malchezaar with 6 legendaries, 1 card. I do. I also remember it being a trap. I also remember it was generally a terrible thing to do. Because most of the legendaries when Malchezaar came out were bad. These days we tend to get more playable legendaries for Arena. But it didn't used to be the case, really.
The Queen's power is beyond your comprehension.
I think we still take Cold Case, but Terra Reality is fun.
Down the drain.
Wait says the title is wrong. Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe it will be 11-win mage. 12-win mage. Let's ride the mage train again. I don't know. Had a 12-win mage? 12-win mage before this? Let's ride the mage train again. Here's the Mr. 35 legendary decks. I mean, with what's his name? With Renathal, you could do like... Couldn't you do like a 45 legendary deck now? In Wild. In Wild. Wild. And actually with like Malchezaar and Renathal and Elite Tarn Chieftain, you could kind of put 48? Back to 7 Ragnar's, the original Ysera. Yeah, I was so along with so many other players, I was so shocked. I was so genuinely shocked when they never nerfed Dr. Boom.
I prefer post-pop goblin.
Like Cthulhu for good measure and split in the parts. There's fires, please. Well, I'm gonna take the fires. But I think they'll be dead before we play the fires. Maybe not, though. We'll see. Nah, maybe not. Maybe they won't be dead. Huh. So we can go Fires as Zinajari and, like, Dredge for a big minion of our choice. That's pretty, interesting.
Let's see, what do I take?
I mean, it's gotta be Alexstrasza. The Elite Turn Champion's kind of fun, but it's gotta be Alexstrasza. Played the Night Cloak. Just going Cold Case could be better. Stout Rivet's a great card. Love that guy. Yeah, they nerfed it to like 5 armor, but then they pushed it back to 8. I love when they do that. I love when they nerf a card and then they rebuff it, because it means you get to disenchant it while it's nerfed, and then it goes back to full power anyway. This will annoy him. I think I could win with Life Sentence too, but this is fun. It says Cold Case works with Drum. That's true, that's true. Could enhance the AoE. Sif says, Save, what do you think of the double class tag? On like Star Power? Have a feeling the future of Hearthstone will be more entanglement of classes and effects to keep things more synergistic and powerful. Possibly. I think dual class cards are pretty cool. I think they're pretty cool, and I think it accomplishes their goal of. It's not even about synergy and power. It's about being able to print less cards, but have more of an effect on the meta. So, you know, they only get like 35 or 40 cards or whatever per mini set. And if they try to do individual class cards, you barely get to spice up the classes at all. But if you do dual class cards, you get to do like twice as much spice. Oh, you meant the double tribe tag, not dual class cards. My mistake. The dual tribes are interesting. Dual tribes are interesting. And, they create interesting effects. Occasionally it kind of catches you off guard, right? Where, you know, I'm trying to think of some examples, but like, you're trying to discover a particular elemental. Elemental? Yeah, elemental. You're trying to discover a particular elemental, and you know, the 2/1 rush owl shows up. That's now an elemental beast. And you're like, oh, that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for real elementals. And so there's been a couple of cards that have had, you know, 2 tribes applied. I'm like, I don't like this being on this particular synergy. But for the most part, I think it's been a cool, positive thing. Do you like when they had dual class arena? There's been I'm not sure if you're aware or not, but there's been a frequent problem with dual class arena in Hearthstone. Kind of a tough choice between Spellcoil and Frozen Touch. Where when they do dual class, very often, at least for the first couple weeks until they fix it, the number of class cards offers plunges to like 0. And ends up just kind of feeling like neutral stone. And like one time when that happened, because all the cards were neutral, Demon Hunter for Arena, in a vacuum, kind of has the best hero power. And so just like every opponent above 7 wins was, you know, some class, didn't matter, Demon Hunter hero power. And often they fix it. Often they add some more variety later on. They increase the class card thing. But it's happened multiple times. So do I like the dual class stuff? I do, but only once they fix that problem. Because the cool thing about dual class is making synergies between classes that don't usually happen. Like doing a quality Deathborn from Mage and Paladin that is like super illegal. But if you're not getting offered any class cards, you can't do stuff like that. Does I enjoy the Back to the Future fadeaway arms when they go to the edge of the green screen? Yeah, pretty rudimentary photographic fakery. They cut off your brother's hair. Yeah, this is where the microphone arm is. There's a microphone arm right here, and so there's a mask so you don't see the microphone arm. It's the first one you had several 12-win runs, but you weren't as good at Arena. Oh, you say you usually do well in dual class Arena. Nice. Triple class coming soon. Try said right off screen, there's the Tally body pillow. Tally Voss Normandy. Or Voss Raya if you're earlier in the series. Miss Rune says save. Do you have to play Eco before Shadow of the Colossus? No. Certainly not.
This may just be my best song yet.
At least I'm pretty sure not. Yeah, no, I would say Shadow of the Colossus works perfectly fine on its own. If anyone wants to disagree with that, feel free, but I definitely don't think it's necessary. I haven't played Eco, though, right? But I don't think you're going to be missing out on anything. Took the Power Blast, but I'm pretty hesitant about it. So if you read Reverberation Noe's ship, do you get the Pirates? You should. I think. What are you talking about? We were talking about the game, I think it's pronounced Eco. ICO. Being made by the same developer as Shadow of the Colossus. Wait, who was actually... Rune Knight was asking if they need to play Eco before Shadow of the Colossus. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Shadow of the Colossus is a very self-contained experience, but, But I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert on Eco. I've never played it. Alright, linked lore-wise. I mean, if they are... I would say it can't be in a super, super, super huge way. You know, there's a big cutscene at the end of Shadow of the Colossus that maybe is linked to Eco, but I would call it a game heavy on mood and very light on story. Let's see, Shadow of the Colossus, one of the best games in PlayStation 2. We were showing a clip earlier, Fawn. I'll show it again because it's pretty short. When I played the Shadow of the Colossus remake on stream years ago when it came out, and here I'll make it smaller. Ah, you're missing the star power. Here's the star power. But yeah, there was an amusing moment. That's a little infamous on the stream because I kept losing. I kept losing on the run up to the final boss. Yeah, who's that guy with the short hair? I know, right?
Distance doesn't make you damage immune, but you might get behind the cover a hair faster.
And I keep dying with this lightning bolt coming in. Somebody tells me I should dodge roll to speed up.
Yes, that's the one.
This game has a dodge roll?
Didn't know. I didn't know. I never knew. I beat every boss before the final boss without the dodge roll. Yeah, good to see you, Fawn. Hope it's been a good weekend. I wonder if they will not notice that I played the Secret from Hipster instead of the counterspell that they know I have. 100,000% off the suspicious. Yeah, see, I think they just tried to test for counterspell. But it's not counterspell. That's counterspell. They get the two arcane spells, but they kind of don't have the mana lift for it. So you get 12 wins as well. Yeah, we got 12-1. We got 12-1. Your voice sounds different. Yeah. I think it's a combination of fixing up the microphone better and maybe just talking so much every day has, I don't know, strengthened the vocal cords for a better, slightly deeper voice. I don't know, maybe. But I think I also improved. The microphone, the filters of the microphone and such. So yeah, they've got counterspell.
All in due time.
Please tell me, where am I?
Like you turn into a Ferengi. With a better, stronger voice.
Pay you 2 pieces of gold pressed latinum.
They got an Immolate, they'll use it here for the counter spell. It's just use like the voice better. I'm glad I don't like it less. It's the long hair. That's where the real power comes from. So we counterspell the Volcanomancy, not too big a deal in either direction. Sounds like Joey, the old voice. The young save. It was ironically the old save. Ah, redeems a do it for her. That must mean it's time for a break, because we did do it for her like before the last break. Indeed, it says we should take a break in the next 90 seconds. I don't think the match is going to be over in the next 90 seconds. We'll have to take a break after this game. We have any fur in hand? I mean, if you could be in the Walrus Men. You could be in the Tuskar. Could be a Ponderer. Looking for the amphibians. Ad breaks are triggered by do it for her redeems. This is a good way to gauge ads. Imagine if the ads on Twitch were like, you know, contextual to it scanning like what I'm talking about. And so, you know, alright, it's time to do it for her. You know, bow, 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 bow. Ba, 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 ba. And then when we hit the ad break, it just brings up like an ad for like premium membership on DeviantArt, and then a bunch of information about how to commission specific furry artists on Twitter. Highly targeted ads. Thanks to Nero with the follow. I appreciate it. Oh dear.
Works against me. I see you. I see your weakness.
She just gets the food. Now it's AI generated ads. That would work too. I got a Deathborn. We actually have a board that, you know, we could burn our own board for Deathborn, maybe.
Me sweat candle.
What do we want to do? Deathborn's not as good as I thought.
Chill out.
Almost missed you face damage. All they have left is a Warlock fire spell, I think. That's a bad spell. I don't have any demons dead, do I? I can eventually bring back a mistake. I can bring back a 1 mana 1/3 for 5 mana.
Bring the muscle and the magic.
It heard me. It heard me talking about it.
Processing.
There's Phelan with Dredge. I mean, we have 28 health and we have a 9 card advantage. I mean, I don't really need Phelan Dredge, I'm pretty sure, but we have it. The killer audio splitter, we actually burn a card, but it doesn't matter.
You win.
Just flex on them. Now they're gone. They're gone. I said, get them. Zeddy, it's good to see you. It is very good to see you. Hope it's been a good weekend. If heavy metal supergroup involving several musicians wanted to invite you to join them, what would your response be? How much does it pay? I know I don't even know who you people are, really. Because I don't know music. And I can't play an instrument, and I can't sing, and I can't coordinate anything. But how much does it pay? Because I'll make a fool of myself for, 300 grand plus. That's my response. Because anyone can play a cowbell. Good to see you. Have you, Octo? I'm not sure. Are you familiar with Hearthstone? I'm curious. Maybe you're do you know Hearthstone, or are you just enjoying however much I can convey? It's in case you're not familiar with Hearthstone. In case you're not. Oh, geez, there's too many cards. In case you're not. We do have cowbell. We do have cowbell on Hearthstone. Semi. Never played it, but looked into it a few times. Gotcha. But yeah. Hot take. We need less cowbell. Much less. Yeah, there's the signature art for cowbell soloists. There's the golden art. Kind of furry. Alright, we do need to take a 3-minute break. Do you want to read the question? Wait, sorry. What? Female supergroup wanted to invite you to join them. What would your response be? You'll have to clarify. Oh, they aren't all musicians? I don't know those names. I don't know those names, or at least not the last two at all. If I Google their faces, I might go, oh, that's who that is. I don't know those names. I'd have to Google them. But I mean, pretty much no matter what, the answer is how much does it pay? And would want 300 hit points for your anime voice. There's a chef and one who plays badminton. Okay, well, maybe we're all making fools of ourselves. So the question is still, how much does it pay? We need to take a 3-minute break, but I want to catch up on chat. Zim said, having trouble in this meta. Keep running out of cards or having a full hand behind on board. Any tips on how to improve? What I can tell you is I had the same problem. I had a lot of mage decks that I would fill the hand and I would die. I would die on board. I think what I would tell you, possibly, is to reinforce thinking about what can extend the game for you. So, I've always have liked Cold Case, but I've been favoring Cold Case much more heavily than before. I've always liked Nightcloak Sanctum, but I've been favoring it more because, if they have a 4-5 you can't deal with on that turn, freezing it, and then hitting them with star power the next turn, that can win games. Star power is insane right now. But yeah, cards like Life Sense, cards like Gangplank, anything that lets you eliminate an enemy board while you keep building your value, I've been favoring much more. Alongside taunts, things like Bog Beast in the last meta, I was turning down almost every time. Now I'm picking them up probably, still less than half the time, but probably like 40% of the time. But I can tell you is it's tough. It's tough. I was having a lot of trouble. Despite Mage being so highly regarded, I was not doing well with Mage until recently. And I think just playing more and more can maybe help you adjust and see where things do start working. But yeah, I was doing badly with Mage, too. So it's rough. It's rough, that's what I'll tell you. We need more Grim Patron Warrior. Man, that's what made me quit Constructed. That's why I went like all Arena. Thanks to Ready with the follow, but we're not ready. We gotta take that 3-minute break. Wanted to catch up on chat, though. Let's get back to it. I'm sorry, hold on. Hold on. Okay, 2 wins, no loss. Consumed for 6 hours. This will pretty much definitely be the last run of the weekend. We least had 12 before this. Maybe this one will be highly successful too. Could end up being kind of a long stream.
Kel'Thuzad versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
You're still on
This
the
is
wrong
good.
side, Jaina.
I don't think we should keep Ghost Rider. I think we should look for Spell Coiler, Synthesize. Val says they can hit the same menu multiple times as busted. Oh, are we talking about star power? Are we talking about star power? Boy, I mean, if you couldn't hit the same minion multiple times with star power, boy, would that be quite a nerf, wouldn't it? I don't know if I'd approve of that or not, huh? Fog, good to see you. Hope you've had a good weekend. Like I said, we stay at 12, so it's been pretty great here. So you're a big fan of live music. I've heard very little live music. Now, I suppose I do find it interesting, when there's differences between performances, right? When there's differences between like the studio version of a song and the live version of a song, that type of stuff I find neat and interesting. But I don't go to concerts, no way. I mean, I guess I would consider, you know, if they were doing, you know, and they've done, you know, these things. You know, they did the Zelda concerts, they did the Star Wars concerts. I mean, that type of thing I would consider a little bit, but, you know, it's just not me. Yeah, I do find differences between live and studio versions interesting. We were talking the other day. That in the movie Star Trek First Contact, when they launched the rocket, Zefram Cochrane, the guy who built the rocket, he plays Magic Carpet Ride by Steppenwolf, right? I say right because I'm never confident in my music knowledge. And supposedly, at least this is what I've read, it's not the studio version. For whatever reason, they didn't use the studio version. They used a particular live version. And as far as I know, nobody's ever really known why, if like they could only get the rights to the live version instead of the studio version or something, but it was this kind of weird thing that comes up occasionally. Yes, I find that type of thing interesting, but yeah, that's about all I can give you. Team makes it ultra to make it sound perfect. Save Rocket Man. Rocket Man. I guess. I was gonna say, I guess that was live music, but I guess it was it not live music because they had to post-production the multiple Shatners, which we don't really show during the stream version, but
Works against me. Let's see, what do I take?
Audio splitter gives me even more life sentences? Huh. Anything change? Musician use bad men for first two sessions. And shifts for local restaurants before live sets. Used Badman for studio sessions. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Maybe it would limber up your drummer, but I think it would leave your vocalist out of breath. Sounds like a bad plan to me, but what do I know?
Good to use,
A
better
thirst
to
beyond death. It sings to me.
Shoot. That took 2 damage, but it pops on 1 damage. Yeah, well.
Pillage the village.
That was a really unfortunate hit on the death rail. Yeah, because it was live, Shatner could just create 2 other copies of himself. Of course! That's how he did that Evil Within episode. There's his Deathborn incoming. Yeah, that would end the game. That would end the game in their favor. Fortunately, that's not what happens, but, yeah, that would end the game. You're not wrong.
Processing.
Could freeze one of these, just get the 2/2 skeleton. So yeah, now we're copying a star power instead of a life sentence, but not a particularly good hand against a fellow mage at the moment. Yeah, life sentence is not good against cards like this. Yeah, Kane's a message that goes over my head. Flies over my head.
just like runs out on me.
Well, it's not the greatest star power of all time, but we might use the star power here anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. We get to discover a copy of a card in our deck. What are we looking for? Probably Ghost Rider. We'd be looking for Phelan if we had any dredge, but we don't. Oh shoot! Glad we got Life Sense. Cause yeah, the spell damage +2 would be devastating.
All shall take part in my rituals, one way or another.
Please tell me, where am I?
I want Ghost Rider. I want Ghost Rider. There it is. So I'm gonna take Gangplank. No, we're gonna take Ghost Rider. Lucky. Lucky. The one card I wanted. Arse accusation ping their own face. Sentinel's another good target for life sentence, but we could also potentially star power here. But if we use life sense, we can finale the Ghost Rider really easily. So I guess we're gonna use life sense. Alright, double discover.
This may just be my best song yet.
Speaking of Deathborn, do we think they'll play into Deathborn? They might. They might if they have, like, you know, cold cases. Or maybe synthesizes. Tear Reality's a different option if we don't think they'll play into Deathborn. Took the Deathborn. I don't know. It's a little questionable. Counterspell versus Gifts of Jar. Gifts of Jar actually does draw 2 cards because we have this spell coil to activate it. So I think we'll go over here. I did freeze that and grab a skeleton, mainly because I'm trying to minimize the damage to our face. I think the easiest way to lose right now is they just figure out a way to smork us. Boom, boom, boom. Boom.
Time runs out on me.
Interesting.
Yeah! Let's go!
Uh-huh. They play, after you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to enemies, but they don't have any spells. Or at least no spells that are useful to them. So, we have 2 questions. Question 1 is Deathborn good here? The answer is probably. Question 2... is, are we doing that? The answer is yes. Okay, so how do we set that up? If we hit here, that gives us 2 skeletons. If we ping here, it gives us another skeleton. If I arcane bolt this, we get another skeleton. We get all 5 skeletons. We spend all but 1 of our mana. We could maybe synthesize at the end. Okay. I don't know if there's a better way to do this. If there is, I don't see it.
Masterpiece!
Works against me.
Alright. Got our skeleton army. We still got 19 health. We got an infused frozen touch.
Well, what is it?
Audio processing.
They got their own death board. They do take a heck of a lot of damage, though. They take a heck of a lot of damage. Let's see. We can try. A solid alibi could help us. Another Deathborn. I think we die, but it would be a little interesting.
All in due time.
Could try to get the armor card off synthesize. I don't know. Ugh.
The Queen's power is beyond your comprehension.
Please don't burst my bubble.
Ah, works against me.
Not what I was looking for. Yeah, they still have a 2-1 skeleton. We have 16 health. I mean, I'm just trying to survive there, but they're a whole turn ahead of us now.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Still a cold case in our deck. There's a fiddle fire. They have the frozen touch, which is dangerous.
All in due time.
Let's see if I could draw the cold case. We did.
Ah, works against me.
The calm before the storm.
There's a possibility they'll kill us here for sure, especially because they have that audio splitter card. But is the audio splitter just a fire sale? Because they traded a fire sale after they did the split, I think.
Yeah! Let's
Ooh. There's some damage. Is it enough to kill us? They look pretty confident. Ah! Uh-huh. Did they already reinfuse, though? I thought they hadn't reinfused yet.
Time runs out on me.
Fireball? 5 damage frozen touch, but it's not infused. Spell course, they didn't have lethal. Did they think they had lethal? Okay, so we have 6 damage here. 3 damage there, so that's 9. Oh, wait, yeah. Can't the guys kill him with Ashen? Wait on. 6, 9, 10. I mean, yeah, the Ashen will kill them when they draw their card.
Take shelter.
Help me, I dare you!
Looks is nice. GG. That was a close one. That was a close one. If we didn't find that cold case when we drew the 2 cards, we'd be dead. We'd be dead. Ah, that was a close one. That was a close one. Goose says, what? An ad just came up for you on the side. 3 wins, no loss. Could be one of those new, safe not prepared. Could be one of those new, banner ads? But yeah, it does say Dark Guru previously subbed for 22 months. I guess it just expired?
Kel'Thuzad versus Lady Vash.
Victory to Queen Ajana.
See, it's fun. I mean, you know, I was thinking about the, like, Guru, you gifted 4 subs this month. Haven't you ever been like an airplane? It says, in case of emergency, take care of yourself before other passengers. You know, I don't know. Because he went away. Wait a minute, I keep that cold case. Once again, lethal with that card should be an achievement. Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, we've done it before, but I think it's still not an achievement.
A pleasure to see you.
Armor! Armor! Lightly used armor!
Me not shady.
Me not shady.
The calm before the storm.
Shadow Step. Well, Shadow Step... Ooh, wait on. What's going on? We got the Phelan. We have the Phelan already. We have 3 dredge cards available, but we haven't drawn any of them. Let's just develop a skeleton on curve. It looks like we'll be playing Cold Case to activate the Coiler. We don't need to play Phelan until it makes sense, or until we draw our dredge cards. The spell Coiler is good with the Shadow Step. We could discover 2 spells. Potentially.
Need a heart?
I think we still just Cold Case here. I don't think we, the other option is ping the 3-1 and play Vicious, which is fine. That's a fine play, but I don't think we're gonna do that. Good. They wanted to trade the other one into the 2-2, but they risked the 50-50. Typically, we...
My blood boils for war.
The Queen's power is beyond your comprehension.
So Seafloor Gateway could work with Phelan if Phelan happens to get a mech Colossal, but there's also 3 other mechs in our deck. I think we take Firelands. Arcane Intellect's interesting too. Arcane Intellect can help us find our dredgers faster? Okay, well, I took more draw power. I actually did take more draw power. Then I'm gonna just leave those on field. The 2-3 Discover might die, which will make the Shadow Step worse. If I Shadow Step, I don't get to replay it right away anyway. This could give us an extra star power if I don't use star power to kill the tiger right now.
We're going on a dangerous voyage.
Processing.
Fire and blood.
Wait, no, you say I thought there was a rogue. I thought there were a rogue at that portrait. Oh, just because the night elf kind of reminds you of Maev, maybe. Yeah, that's Ajara. That's Queen Ajara, which you probably know as the legendary that discovers a colossal, or well, can get the random colossal among other things. But yeah, that's Ajara before she became a Naga, before she became the Naga Queen. Wait, Naga created and not born? I presumably once you already have Naga, then they can have baby Naga. I'm guessing, presuming, but yeah, there's this whole thing where Ajara made this deal with N'Zoth, and she got cursed with the Naga thing, and she cursed a bunch of other night elves. It's a whole thing. I'm gonna deny that one just because Automod thinks it's an issue, and I'm worried that it is. I'm not sure if it is. I'm gonna deny it just in case.
The Queen's power is beyond your comprehension.
Run out of time here.
Routing sound.
I said Naga hatchlings and WoW. Yeah, that's what I thought.
All's well that's sung well.
They heal the tiger, but probably won't matter to us thanks to star power and kind of Firelands, maybe. Yeah. And here we see another example. Another example of star power being too strong. Too darn strong.
You are victorious this time.
Too darn strong.
I will not lower myself.
GG. Alright, 4 wins, no loss. Going smooth so far. Smooth so far. Monks is what?
Versus Garrosh.
Victory or death! Obey the will of Kel'Thuzad.
We could coin Bubbler. It's really, really, really weak to Taskmaster in particular. Yeah, hope I don't have Taskmaster. Okay. So they swung into this, planning to swing into it again next turn. Let's see if we can disrupt that plan by putting a 2/3 taunt in the way. So see if I said you destroy the mages, not join them, was it? Man, if somebody said that, they were lying. I love Mage. Mage is my most played class.
I'll take you with me.
You can put the 5/5 into the 3/5, but it'll die. It'll take the 2 extra damage. Can anybody read the opponent's name? Because I can't. I can kind of read hiragana. That's not hiragana. He thinks it's arigato. Do you actually? It's not gonna lay eggs. They knew it all along. They knew it all along.
No, that's your...
Reptar finds other meanings. maybe just looking at the first character very distinctly. Plo is another answer, but yeah, I can't trust anybody now. It's kind of similar to the laugh I did. Here's another 20-second ad. Hope you're getting paid for this. I should be. And because we follow the Twitch recommended guidelines of 3 minutes of ads per hour, we get a bigger cut. We get a bigger cut. I believe they post it publicly. I believe they post it publicly these days. Let me verify that's true. Yes. They do post it publicly. So yeah, if you don't run 3 minutes of ads per hour, you get 30% of the ad revenue, and Twitch takes 70%. If you do run at least 3 minutes of ads per hour, which is we run exactly 3 minutes of ads per hour, then we get 55% of the ads, and Twitch takes 45%. So that's nice. Is it definitely worth it for you? Yeah, subscriptions and are certainly much more powerful than ads. So anybody who subscribes, I certainly appreciate. But yeah, the ads are certainly not totally. They're certainly not insignificant. They're certainly not insignificant, especially towards the end of the year, where usually there's just better ad rates available around the holidays, you know. Yeah, that's quite strong, but at least the Gangplank still performs well against the 6/7 here.
Zone. A thirst beyond death, it seems to me. A thirst beyond death.
I assume Twitch paid you a relatively fixed rate for ad views. Never could mean the ad view pay rate was variable. Yeah, it depends on how many people are watching your stream type thing, you know. And yeah, it also depends on, whether you're exceeding that 3 minutes of ads per hour or not. Just finish at the end of the year budget. Oh, well, it's not just that. It's not just that, right? It's also, it's that people buy more things around the holidays. They buy gifts around the holidays. And so advertisers have more incentive to advertise their products at the end of the year. I was going to discover a spell, and then I realized, well, I don't want to discover a spell until, you know, maybe we get in a situation where we desperately need a life sentence. I would pick a life sentence over some other card. Monkey said, gifted like 20 plus subs reviews from mobile, not realizing they're like $1 more on mobile than PC. Yeah, and that was because, yeah, that when you go through mobile, then Apple/Google also takes a cut. So, yeah, then the streamer's getting stuff, and Twitch is taking a cut, and Apple/Google's taking a cut. So yeah, if you have the ability to do things through PC, it is certainly a better way to go. Unless you really want to give money to Apple or Google. If you want to do that, then sure, do what you want.
The Queen's power is beyond your comprehension.
Objection is very interesting at this point in the game because they may not have a whole lot of choice in terms of what minions they're playing. Nap the taunt from Flunky. Yeah. So they might have a small minion over here and a big minion here. Also, they have the Halvaria card back up. They got that furry tail. Save, still streaming. I love it. Well, you know, yesterday we had between 350 and 400 people here. Right now we got 359. That's yeah. You know, we usually do 4 or 5 hours on weekdays. But we get more people on the weekend, so you know, try to take advantage of those numbers. If people are gonna be here, the more people are here, the more I want to be here. Okay, we got our pyrotechnician, but that's not a this turn play. That's like a next turn play.
Bask in my radiance.
Fire sale takes care of a current problem, and you know, nah, I'm gonna take potion belt. I'm gonna take potion belt because
What do I take?
I want the ability to discover, you know, destroy random minions next turn, because they still have that taunt discovered. J-Master gifts us sub, goes out to Dragon. Congrats to Dragon. Is Dragon still here? We definitely saw Dragon earlier.
This place
Excellent decision.
Ever appreciated. Over 270 gifted subs from J-Master total. 22 this month.
The Queen's
The 25th day of the month. 22, almost one per day. Almost one per day. Super, super appreciate J-Master. They still haven't played the Discovered Taunt. They still have not played the Discovered Taunt. Let's get some fire spells now. Let's get some fire spells right now. That's good, actually. That's very good. There's one per stream, actually. Every day but Monday, huh? If we play Lay the Phoenix, this card goes away. We go to 6. We go back up to 8. We go to 9 with this. I should play Lay the Phoenix, yeah. Alright, 9 cards in hand. We got a turn a minion to Ragnarosh. Got a black rock and roll. And they still have a Discovered Dawn. I don't know what the Discovered Dawn is. They still have it, though, which makes me not want to play the Destroy 2 random minions. I think. Am I wrong? I think this is a Discovered Taunt.
Magic betrays those.
Told you. I told you they. Look at that. Grand Shield tosses a fireball right into their face. Magic betrays those who abuse it. This is 30-second ad. You better get like 30 cents off that. Oh, I'm not getting 30 cents off that. I can almost promise you I'm not getting 30 cents off that. If I was getting 30 cents off you seeing one 30-second ad, I'd tell nobody to subscribe. 5 wins, no loss. Goose says they've only faced save once, they know of, in almost 3 years.
You asked for it.
You're still on the wrong side, Jaina.
This Phoenix plus Blackrock was worth waiting for. I never played the Blackrock, yeah? It's a pretty good hand. Let's toss the Pyrotechnician. I told you. Told you they still had. Who uses their prime sub? There's actually 44 seconds to trigger a hype train with J Master's gift. Not long, but 2 subs make a hug. It's within 5. It's within 5 minutes, that sub. Very appreciate, Guru. You can stop seeing ads. You can stop seeing ads. You can hear every important word I say. I'll only do it for like 5 seconds. How much humor value is there in sitting there for exactly 30 seconds? Saying nothing. It's just family, friends, religion. These are the 3 demons you must slay if you wish to succeed in streaming Hearthstone. Hey, I mean... Hey, the friends part? Hey, you are not entirely incorrect. Guess what? I got a lot less time. A lot less time than I used to. Many friendships have atrophied. There's no denying that. Whatever I was holding on to pretty much died with the pandemic. It's gone. It's gone now.
Remixed toys for festive joys.
Random mix. I'm pretty sure I did that premise of the day, but whatever. First of the day, actually. Yep, and it also said 22 months then. You did the Fur Festival and the fur on that one. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't take. Hopefully it takes this time. You get the badge. Don't have any of our dredge for failing. Saves long enough to give it some zone way to stay in contact. And come and says hello. I do have a diver. I do. I still get 2 mana. Sure. We could summon a random 3 and play a Tol'vir to be on curve, or we could just play like Phelan.
We're going on a dangerous voyage.
This is the dev of some Diablo Ultimatumo. Should say you're not a mod. You're not a mod. The Perhaps maybe they don't realize the attack goes down, they got scared of the Celestia. Possibly. Yeah, I don't know if they could have done anything better. I don't know. They get a ton of draw power, they go up to a full 10 cards, but they are a little slow here, maybe. What do we want to do? Do we want to just play another star power kind of early and do some face damage? Do we want to look at the hipster? Kind of want to look at the hipster.
Pouring grunge wave is more my bag.
For life sense this, I can trade here, go face. That's fine. We still have the star power. The results of my leadership. I wonder if they'll ever bring Phelan back in a future expansion, because they put a lot of effort into Phelan. You know, they gave him like his whole own solo adventure. So, and they gave him his own druid hero. I wonder if they'll ever bring Phelan back. He plays anti-tank, paying for monsters as work. We're trying to pay to get on one of the lifeboats. It's been a while since I've seen Titanic.
Error. Hot bucket.
So if we click the Gaia, we draw the Gaia instead of having to wait till next turn, which means we draw another card from our deck. They will know that I got Gaia or Leviathan, which is not that important, but it's worth noting. We also know what the other 2 Colossals are down there if we dredge again in the future.
Keep it real.
Gently Sylvanas was destroy a minion instead of take control of it. He said maybe Phelan could join the League of Explorers, maybe. This is something to think about. I think the crab was the closest thing to frog I could get. They get their own Gaia as a random mech. Jeez. So I could bump here and throw both Gaia drills over there, and we keep star power. Probably worth doing, right? The other move would be to use star power now versus hit Sylvanas. Why hit Sylvanas? Are you wanting to use star power instead of the Gaia? Oh, hit Sylvanas with Gaia drills. Oh, you gotta clarify, because I can hit Sylvanas like this. You gotta clarify there. Their Gaia was not golden. Mine is. Now you have... I think you missed the word don't, maybe. They don't have enough free time for 3+ hours movies. So I tank for the first time in 15 years on Thursday. Loved this kid. I recommend revisiting. Oh, yeah. I I still have my VHS copy. I do. But I don't have any VHS players hooked up. Maybe I should buy it in Blu-ray to see it in stunning high definition. The technology of 2006 today. It's a WVH. Yeah, no, it's a big golden VHS box. It's my second nicest VHS box. I have a very elaborate one for Phantom Menace. Okay. This is me. Yeah, I've got a very elaborate VHS box for you. Get in. We'll take the spruce scoosh. Get in. Sir, it's only a model. I said get in. All the OG stores and VHS still. Get for your grandpa. That making me feel old. I have all the OG stores on VHS too. 3 different versions, I think. But they're all mine. There's only VHS number 2 as a kid. Wasn't that way worse? A bunch of people dead versus Draw Me Like One of Your French Girls. Well, take that up with American dynamics. I don't know what word I'm looking for.
This may just be my best.
You get Bush into the VHS, into the Spider-Verse.
I'll take you with me.
Rips, I don't know if we addressed this since like 2 hours ago. I'm fine revisiting old topics, but promo Drake actually only hits enemies. Yep, destroy an enemy minion. Yep. We were talking about somebody blowing up their own rotting apple bomb to heal himself for 6 when they were in trouble. Yep. You're right. There it is. Nice 11 good and you have there. Synthesize. It's with timely jokes. I still, yeah.
Scorched in fiery waves.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about much. I've seen a lot of people making jokes and having very little sympathy for that recent event. It's very easy for me to have sympathy, though, because they made it down there like 10 other times. So, you know, for the passengers, I can see why they would believe. If I had one more mana, this would kill him on this turn.
Picking up pace.
Good to use, better to win.
I've kind of got a promo.
Let's see, what do I take? works against me.
Alright, well, I mean, the crab can give us weapons. We've already got the Firelands portal. We got the 7 damage Firelands portal. Jimester gives out another sub. Goes out to Marcos. Congrats to Marcos. Oh, wait, Another.
Excellent decision.
Another excellent decision. Gift one more, I guess we'll do the so say we. Thank you very much, Jimester. Get a palindrome. Get a palindrome. 272 total gifted subs. Oh, jeez. They times 7? Times 7? They certainly got the Rush Wind Fury. I can't see if they got the Poisonous, though. They got so many effects it goes off screen. These should start to stack to the left if it gets this long, but... Where's the times 8? No, actually, so the Amalgam updates... The Amalgam updates counting itself. They got 7. They got 7, and then, and that happened again. They poisoned from the green icon. Yeah, but they also got lifesteal. They also got lifesteal. Okay, well. Things did not work out as well as we hoped. I can use a crab claw. But they'll gain another 6 health. What happens if we Firelands portal this? Not the best things, actually.
I see your weakness.
I am the rage of our queen! Job done.
Yo, Jimmy, so say will. Yeah, well, maybe we'll do it celebrating the win, because I'm hoping next gen still ends up winning for us. Hey, I don't get the notifications back. I got an email that Octo followed the variety stream. Hey, get in there. Get in there. Octo just followed this stream like today. Going over to the secret stream. It does go out to Long. Congrats to Long. I want to see if we can do it celebrating the win, though. I want to see the next turn. Go looking for the variety stream. There it is. There it is. Playing Zelda. Playing... We're going to start Final Fantasy 16 on... probably Wednesday. Probably Wednesday. Maybe Friday, but probably Wednesday.
I am the rage of our queen!
Return from whence you came.
Your doom closes in.
So say...
Wait, wait for the victory sound to get too loud. Jim has to gift out a 3rd sub today.
So say we all! 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 So say we all!
And J-Master specifically requested that one. That one only exists because of J-Master. Probably on this one, while you look in Vix's chat. Yeah, I did. Vix did reply me, said we can, that they don't mind if we play, Clipsy. Clipsy. Which, yeah. Next time somebody redeems a Star Trek trailer of the day, I'll end up playing the Vix Prime Directive clip I got. Oh, if I could play this too. Well, I could play this too. I clipped this in case it was useful. When we raid Vix, I can like never raid Vix almost because of how late it is. It's like 2 hours after I start, but I also clipped this. Here you go, Octo. Wait, because it's true. Wait. Where's my media player?
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Save's here.
Save's here, Octo. Here, actually here. Let's see. Got Slurpy, Hipster, Nightcloak. Zero Dominant emote. Yeah, I do still intend. I do still intend to, in one way or another, put in a Dominant emote for you, at least for a while, J-Master. It will be really easy for me to get done. I actually have it written down right there. It's written down right over there. I have not done it because I am lazy. I've not done it just because I've been playing, you know, Star Rail. I don't have a good reason. I wish I had a good reason. I don't. But yeah, I still intend to get them. I won't put that in. We still need to do the Khan emote that was promised from the Star Trek sponsor. Still have some things that need to get done. So say we all what? Don't leave a second. So say we all, let's go to Earth. Let's go to Earth is the rest of that, I suppose. Miss Parker said, if you played only up... Yeah, I saw Zeddy playing, and somebody else had asked me about it. But I have not. I have not. It looks highly frustrating, but it actually looks less frustrating, I think, than the one... I always forget the name of it. The one where you're in the bucket. The one where you're in the bucket. I think it looks less frustrating than that. But maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, getting over it. Yeah, getting over it. To me, based on cursory observation, you know, getting over it is kind of like that co-op game where you're fighting the controls. You're fighting the controls, largely. Whereas it looks like that only up game, you're fighting the controls a lot less. It's more traditional controls, but it's like even more punishing when you screw up. But I think I would be more interested in a game where you get heavily punished, but you're not just fighting the controls. But yeah, that's just based on seeing Zeddy play a little bit. Look just like this, but almost. He's probably not gonna be smiling, you know. I don't know. He might be. Do you think it should be him without the mustache? Which is how he looks in the majority of Battlestar Galactica? Or what do you think with the mustache, which is only for a small portion of Battlestar Galactica, but is a little bit more iconic to Edward James Olmos himself?
This may just be my best song yet.
Vast wisdom. Deathborn. Deathborn! Deathborn with audio splitter in hand. Very nice. I may not get the chance, though. I may not get the chance to audio splitter the Deathborn, because I might need to kill these minions and some of their minions, like, right away. And say if you get top 1, might need an alt count to try to hit top 20 leaderboard without playing the worst class at the moment. What do you say? I say yes, actually, probably. I would much prefer to play on Americas, because that's where all our gold cards are. But sure. Yeah, I think if we did hit number 1, we would probably stop playing on Americas as long as the number 1 holds. Yeah, I think things would go that way.
Audio processing.
We'd have to hit number 1. We'd have to hit number 1, which we've never done. Number 7 is the best we've ever done. Yeah, Jimmy says without for sure. It is much more iconic to Adama. I agree with you there. But I thought it was a question worth questioning. She says, I'll leave it to you because I don't deserve it. So on the one hand, you know, over 250 gifted subs, you deserve it. But on the other hand, I'm a control freak, so no matter how much you deserve it, I wouldn't listen to you if you demanded it. This is not a democracy. But you can't have suggestions. It's not a democracy, but you have suggestions. So yeah, I need to kill the audio splitter before the Deathborn if I want more Deathborn. Do I need more Deathborn? Yes? I end up with 1 less skeleton if I do this, getting extra Deathborn, but it might be super worth it.
Rerouting sound.
Quam said, I read that message from Quam. That was a great reason. Got that new healer. In just a few days. That's it, DQ. Says hola. ¿Qué tal? I was trying to think of like like it's easy to miss chat messages, but all I can remember is that easy is facile. So I don't remember how to say like messages or missing. Or I'll just drop the Spanish because I'm not getting there. Okay. So here we can go ping, trade, freeze the 8/8. I can go trade face for 2, but I get 1 extra skeleton if I Deathborn now. Okay, well, here we are. They have 14 health. You're saying is your appetite might as well honor his non-mustache character. Well,
Exit is this way.
guess Adama wouldn't take a vote either, that's true. Yeah, no, well, is it? Yeah, it is in the miniseries, isn't it? It is in the miniseries. Yeah, one of my favorite, really early bits in terms of taking orders or giving them type thing. Is I still love when Apollo is with Rosalind, who's just become president, and Adama says, like, get off that ship and get back here. She's not the president. And Apollo's line is, acknowledge receipt of message. And Adama picks up the phone. What the hell does that mean? It means I heard you. Better do a lot better than that. Thought Alba actually could be useful here if we're not gonna manage to fully clear them. Well, it's quite volatile, sure is. Also banned.
All in due time.
Shoot. I'm pretty much out of time. I'm not gonna have time to dredge here. I know I'm not gonna have time to dredge. They grabbed beaming sidekick instead of failing. I knew I wasn't gonna have time to dredge. I should have thrown down the Tolvir. Ooh, more hollow hounds when they're low on health.
Kalimdora Palooza was better.
Blood Boil plus Ping lets us clear this while gaining a little bit of health. Horn of Winter can last to a big pyrotechnician, possibly, but it's risky.
Fireworks? I sure hope they do.
Hey, I got you, friend.
Wasn't it after May series? Didn't have to do with being president. I think it was some specific decision made after being president. Well, Apollo served under season 2, I think. Maybe. I'd have to look it up and verify. Soldier, good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. They discover a blood card. Well, they picked it really fast. I'll play whichever one gets buffed.
The calm before the storm.
I see your weakness.
The actor played There's Stu Bradley first and that guy was awesome. Oh, if you're not aware, oh man, why is his name escaping me? It's in my head. It's in my head somewhere. I can locate if I think hard enough. But he played the original. He played the original Apollo on the original Battlestar Galactica in the 70s. Why can't I remember the actor's name? It's at the edge of my perception. Strong card. Abraham Lincoln, that was the guy. That was the guy. How can I forget that? Jeez.
I'll start this show.
Richard Hatch, yeah, who unfortunately passed away, quite some time ago at this point. One of his very last performances actually was for an unofficial Star Trek production. An unofficial Star Trek production. He played a Klingon leader for the trailer for Star Trek. Man, I can't remember any words right now. If I type in Star Trek lawsuit, I'll find it. What's the name of it? Star Trek fan film lawsuit. It'll come right up. Axanar, yeah, Axanar. So yeah, they did this cool short film. They did this cool short film called Axanar, and we've talked about it before. But yeah, what happened? Well, it was cool. It was cool. But. And you know, like CBS/Paramount, they typically ignore fan productions for Star Trek, but this fan film Axanar, they started trying to sell merchandise. They started trying to sell like coffee mugs and coffee that had Star Trek Axanar written on it. And Paramount says, okay, you can't do that. You can't do that. We'll let you make a fan film, but you can't sell stuff with the Star Trek name on it. And when that's happened in the past, everybody just go, okay, sorry, Paramount, they back off. They didn't back off. They went through, and they let the lawsuit happen. And Paramount CBS was like, okay, let's go. And they show up to court with it was over 500 pages for sure. I think it may have been over 700 pages, but they showed up with like over 500 pages. They showed up with like over 500 pages of every way they were saying that this fan film violated their copyrights. And it was just like in detail. Okay, so these ears combined with talking about logic, that's Vulcan. And you violated our Klingon trademark here, plus the Klingon disruptor, plus the Klingon ship, plus the It's just like this itemized list of hundreds and hundreds of things we're suing you for. And they won, of course. And they also started putting out all these new rules for Star Trek fan films, saying you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. Yeah, they really want to go to court against Star Trek, and so many fans turned against them because Paramount said that okay, well, it's over now. Now if you want to make a Star Trek fan film, you can't make it movie length. You can only make it up to like 15 minutes, I think, 20 minutes, and you can't do a continuous series. So there were all these Star Trek fan shows that were continuous series, and they made like 10 plus episodes of fan film stuff. And they say you can't do that anymore. You can only do either one thing or maybe two. You can do like a two-parter. But, you know, they said you can't do this anymore, you can't do this anymore. So a bunch of fans got really mad at that X in our fan film for kind of ruining it for everybody. Jane says, hello, thank you very much for the gifted sub, which I think, was that J-Master? I assume it was J-Master. It was indeed. Congratulations. Oh, that's actually the first time you've had a sub. That's the first time you've had a sub. Well, hey, hold on, we'll press this. We'll press this.
And so begins the greatest adventure of your lives.
The greatest adventure. Subscribing to a children's card game channel. J-Master, what was the Lucas/Mel Brooks clause? Oh, you're talking about Spaceballs. Yeah. If you're quizzing me, then yeah. Lucasfilm helped. Lucasfilm helped do the special effects for Spaceballs. They helped make that parody of Star Wars. But George Lucas said, yeah, exactly. Farseer says you can never sell. You can never sell any merchandise related to this movie. You cannot sell a dark helmet action figure with a ring lightsaber. And they put a bunch of jokes about merchandising in the movie. But you know, you can't buy. You can't buy a official dark helmet action figure because that was the deal. That was the deal. No merch, right. Alright, so we're congratulating Dragon on getting that gifted sub. We said hi ATD today? Wait, the one true at dog? I haven't. Hope it's been a good weekend, ATD. Good to see you. We do have to take a 3-minute break. And yeah, I think we'll finish out this run. It's gonna be a pretty long stream, but that's okay. Spaceball's the toilet paper. Spaceball's the flamethrower. Just the artifact rolls tonight have actually been good. Very nice. I've been getting some good stuff in Genshin. I cannot get anything good in Star Rail. I've got a grand total of one good, you know, optimized piece of gear in Star Rail. One. We'll be back in 3 minutes. He's excited to see another 12. We got 7-0. We'll see. It's gonna be pretty late stream unless lose 3 in a row. Oh, man. I sat back down. I realized I left the 7-win key ringing in the background, which annoys some people. If I realized what I was doing, I would have... Yeah, that ringing, I would have backed out to this screen. Where the ringing's not there. Oh well. 7 wins, no loss. Larry says, woo, still streaming. Yep. We got 7-0. Got at least 3 games in us. We could have, like, 8 games in us, I don't know. I did mention. After you were long gone, Lyros, long gone, yeah, Tarantula came in and, you know, posted the fur as they often do, and so yeah, I showed again. I'll show it again. Yeah, I showed the Nick Cage crystal from Star Fox that you posted earlier. Yeah. The power of AI in the palm of our hand. I mean, it's a good reminder for the authority. Rule chat with an iron fist. Sleep is nice. That's good. So I've got failing with double dredge. It says the been real good. We just had 12-win mage. We jumped back in the mage at 7-0. Just play mage. Just win. We're like number 15 on the leaderboard now, thanks to the previous 12, which is also nice. Says, oh, nice. Yeah, we're at, number 15. Number 15. Almost top 10. Almost. I just skipped discover a spell. I don't know. I decided I want to dredge 2 colossals. You could technically just ping and try to get all the value, but that's pretty greedy. How'd the rogue deck do? Didn't think it looked too hot. I got 5. If you thought it was bad, then 5's good. If you thought it was not too hot, then 5's reasonable. I did start, you know, I don't know if you saw how deep into the start you saw, but yeah, it started 1-2. So it got to recover. It got to recover by winning 4 in a row. So that was not so bad. Why'd you rise and get another 12? Yeah, I don't know.
I got you, friend.
Be nice, though. I mean, right now, we will rise at least a little bit regardless. Because they could just Hellfire us here. Assuming that's what they got as the Warlock spell. But we'll rise a little bit, because even at bit number 15, our average is only 6.5. So 7 is already improving our average. Yep, Hellfire. They got lucky, but oh well. We got our own Fiddlefire, but... It's Colossal time. As we get 6. It's a single game. Okay, so immediately we went 1-2. So it was in big danger of being big failure. So recovering to 5 from 1-2 was not bad. 7 turn 2, regular 2-drop versus Corporal. Which one's better to play in general? Almost always Corporal. In my opinion. It becomes easier and easier for them to deal with the Corporal the longer the game goes on. I don't know if that's reflected by stats. That's just how I felt. So, in some cases on like Hearthstone Replay, you can look at card win rates versus turn played. So you could maybe look at Corporal on turn 2 versus, something more generalized like a Tuskar Trawler. But right now, Corporal's not even in the meta, so...
I'll start this show!
Let's see, what do I take?
So we definitely want to dredge the crab, because we can play the crab next turn, and then we want to dredge either the Nelly or the Gaia. Later.
The results of my leadership.
This is nice, dude, nice. The wise words of Greg. Actually, I think a 12 could add like 0.2 to the average. If that were true... If that were true... It would only kick us up 1. It would kick us up from number 15 to number 14. So I'm glad we took the extra dredge. Yeah, it was something we were debating for a long time. Oh, you know what? Laris was asking how the stream went while Laris was asleep. There was one other thing you missed. I'm not going to repeat it, really, but there was one other thing you missed, which was, and you've heard me say it before, same exact conversation. I was complaining about Stargate Universe again. But there was an extra thing. Who was it? Was it Scythe? It may have been Scythe. There was one thing that was kind of funny. It was just that... I'm waiting for their turn to end. Yeah, I think it was Scythe, was asking about Dr. Rush's, like, shirt here. Was saying, like, what? That's weird. It looks like it has a vest bottom, but it's not open at the top. And so, you know, zoomed way in, you can see there actually is, you know, he's got, like, an undershirt and a vesty type thing that are the same color. It was like... And so I was talking about, like, this is not a real image. It's an AI image. These clothes don't make sense. Those faces don't look quite real. Look at those fingers. Those are super fake.
All in due time.
Honestly, looked a little bit AI before we even started mentioning the shirt. Exactly. I agree with you. It's, you know... Now fake reality is distorting real reality. It's disturbing. You're supposed to any updates about the IRL meetup? The internet people must have got them, huh? Gone forever. I knew I was right not to trust anyone. So can knock out Battlestar Galactica. That's fairly fair. It's, you know, it was actually... they put Universe on right as Battlestar ended. It was trying to replace it. It didn't succeed. So like the sci-fi show with Certified Kingdom of 13 Warriors plays the alien father/crime lord. I'm not going to ask you which show you actually made. I'm like, can I do a Google investigation of this? Really quickly? Wait, so you may mean this person. Wait, maybe you don't mean that, but I don't know. I don't know.
Let's see, what do I take?
Gaia can do face damage, Nelly can't.
My blood boils for war.
Please tell me.
I see your weakness.
Oh, Defiance is the show. So I never watched Defiance, but you may or may not be aware. I mean, I would imagine they advertised it heavily during the show if you were watching it live. But yeah, Defiance was weird because it had a video game. It had a video game, and I don't know to what degree they pulled it off, but the idea was that people taking certain actions in the video game would affect what would happen in the next season of the show. And I don't know if they pulled that off, like, to any successful degree. But that was that was part of the intention. I subscribed to a sci-fi show I've never heard of. That sure one. Yeah, the video game crossover was the most interesting part. As the show was quite good for a while. Is the Defiance video game still live? Or can you not play it anymore? So the show aired for like 2 years, from 2013 to 2015. Hey, we won. Hey, we got 8-0. 8 wins, no loss. The show was canceled in 2015, but the companion game Defiance continued to be supported until 2021, when the servers were shut down. In 2016, they announced a major update for the game, promoted as Season 4 of the show. A new version named Defiance 2050 was released in 2018, and recreates the original game set in 2046 into the year 2050, 20 years after the war-ending Arkfall event. Huh. Yeah, the game was shut down April 29th, 2021. It was live for like 8 years. This is too many numbers. Well, it was live for like 8 years. It was live for like 8 years. I was curious if it was still running, but nah, they did shut down a couple of years ago. Did not get great reviews, like 6 out of 10s.
It's the pale aliens.
Oh, yeah, here says I said there's really pale aliens. There's the one with the bug aliens, with history teacher Lee and the human fighters. Yeah, Justin was with the pale aliens. What was the one with the bug aliens? There was also, I don't know, was it bug aliens? I saw a couple episodes. There was that show, that other alien show. There was that I think it was Falling Stars, and that went on for like 4 years, I think. I hope it's been a good day. Absolutely wiped 3 mega birthdays today. 6 shades later, oh man. Go to sleep while watching over the next 20 minutes or so. Well, we should be streaming for at least 20 more minutes, because it would be difficult, not completely impossible, but difficult to lose 3 games in 20 minutes. Not impossible, just difficult. GG's, Mr. 12. Still doing well now. Still doing well for now. Yep, says, is the leaderboard still based off rolling 30 games? It's actually not. Lyra starts to say it. Yeah, it counts every run now. Minimum 30, but no maximum. Right, but the older runs count for less than recent runs. It's very complicated. It's very complicated now. Jimmy says, Dr. Drew, recoverable even with Russell T. Davies. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. There's a Miss Moffat and Gatis. I never liked. And I don't even know if his name is pronounced Gatis, by the way. I've been told how his name is pronounced. I always forget. But I never liked his writing. I liked his acting. I did like his acting. But I never liked his writing. I don't think there was a single Gatis episode that I like. But I did. I did like his acting. But yeah, Moffat wrote... Oh, that's the thing. So, I really love Season 5. I really love... Or Series 5, if we want to be... It is gay descent. I really love Series 5, the first season with Matt Smith, which is Moffat's first season as showrunner. That's my favorite season of Doctor Who. But then, I feel like, you know, Moffat's showrunning kind of falls off the rails after the 5th season, which I think a lot of people feel that way. It's debatable. So... except for maybe Series 5, Moffat's best stuff, all his best stuff, is the episodes he wrote while Russell T. Davies was the showrunner. So I don't know if there's any chance that now that Russell T. Davies is showrunner again, that they can actually get Moffat to come back and just write some episodes instead of running the show. I don't know if there's any chance of that, but if there is, man, that'd be great. Because that was the best stuff.
This may just be my best song yet.
I guess we'll still take rewind here. Get an extra life sense or something in the future. I don't think I want Light Shore Visage. But I do want Deathborn.
The results of my leadership.
I was gonna coin an Arcane Bolt, actually, but now we have Deathborn. I think we'll just wait. If Dream Team Sherlock, for example, right? And yeah, all the Gatus episodes of Sherlock are also things I don't like. Yeah, yeah. But I really liked him as Mycroft. I thought he was great as Mycroft. This would be a uninspired Deathborn. Here, so was this thing not the best plot twist ever? It was alright. You liked it more than me. You liked it more than me. I didn't dislike it. But yeah, that was series... I think that was series 6, yeah. That was the astronaut season.
Works against me.
Gonna burn a card. Just his genius. I did like you know, the way they delivered it with, you know, and I can't actually remember the line, but you know, it's something like, you know, the only water in the forest is the river. I said they loved it too.
Too many cards.
Star power. So we can Arcane Bolt and Deathborn. You can get 2 skeletons against the 6/1. Yeah. Steve up for a Diet Coke. Smithers, if we come back to the mansion and everyone's killed, I owe you a Coke. So I get the 6/3, that dies not the taunt. Yeah, I mean, I would still end up damaging the taunt, so I could still buff it with the weapon, but it was an option. It was an option. His Capaldi was magnificent. Oh yeah, Lars says they enjoyed the Capaldi era. She pains and held in higher regard by a lot of fans, and yeah, we've talked about that several times. I liked Capaldi. I liked Capaldi, but I didn't. I wasn't as impressed. I wasn't as impressed with the actual episodes and storytelling. Except for, as you've heard me say many times, Lars, I do like the Diamond episode. I like the Diamond Wall episode a lot. I really, really like that one. And maybe I should re-watch Like Heaven Sent. Because I know you said you really like that one. And I know it has a really high IMDb score, so maybe I was just cynical. Maybe I was in a cynical place in my life at that point. And maybe I need to re-watch it.
All in due time.
Fireworks? I sure hope they do.
Thank you, Tomac, with the raid. Super appreciated. Hope you had a good stream. Tomac streams Hearthstone. Tomac sometimes streams Dungeons and Dragons. And some spicy meme clips. With the power of the raid, feel free to share up to 2. So we can evolve the Nelly's pirate ship to avoid them getting the pirates, which we've done in the past. Oh, actually, I could just life sense it. That's easier. More transmutations, huh?
Good to use, better to
You're in the right place to melt your face.
Interesting.
All in due time. Time works against me.
Ping the 5-1. I sort of can if I like rush here and then I evolve this. Double soloist, alright. Alright, fair enough. We need to get these frozen touches out of our hand and then get more minions. I need to rewind for more frozen touches. Kind of use the arson accusation here. Kind of.
Enjoy the sound of silence.
Please don't burst my bubble.
Okay. Notification is stupid. Got an OTK clip, you say? Oh, it was on the ladder. Oh, well. And what's K-Chat, though? And, but yeah, they had over, yeah, they had like 45 plus health. Not really what we're looking for, is it?
Volume off.
No, that's
The ocean's gifts are all around.
We're not playing the Vast Wisdom because we need to have unspent mana if we want the Spirit of the Tides to grow. Except it's really changed to 0.25 I don't know if that has too much more appeal for people clicking on the stream. It might. It might. You know, I kind of like 1% Arena just as a constant. A, because I think it sounds good, and B, I don't like the idea of changing it to 0.25, and then I lose badly, and we have to update it back to, like, 0.5. Because that'd be sad.
No, that's
She says all the appeal.
Want the flag? Gladly.
Thank you, Doe. Speaking of people clicking on the stream, people clicking on the stream thanks to Reth with the follow. I appreciate it.
Magic betrays those who abuse it.
0.69 arena. Oh, huh, that's interesting. So they shot themselves in the face with the frozen touch, but then they still get the uninfused frozen touch, which is useful to them, maybe. I thanked Reth for the follow, and a bunch of other people followed. They like saying, oh yeah, I could follow this stream. Thanks to David with the follow. To way too nerdy with the follow, huh? Way too nerdy. Well, they might appreciate a flyby, maybe. I don't know, might not be your brand of nerddom. Also, thank you, Monk with the follow, and Garen with the follow. All appreciated. One and all. Double Power Blast is interesting.
Audio processing.
A thirst beyond death.
This is always nudie. Laris with some speeches. That was me. I did like spoilers. I like the spoilers catchphrase a lot. Micro Deep Zombie voice turn. What do we get? What do we get? Wait, did I just draw on the Mandalorian helmet?
This is the way.
I guess my best idea is just, you know, alright, with 2 Pyro Blasts and 2 Frozen Touches, even with Warrior's ability to armor, I should be able to destroy all of Kaiba's life points. Just cuts over to Joey. 2 Pyro Blasts from so much damage. Just, Yogi, I think I love you. Save it for the fanfics.
Works against sings to me.
Jefferson, what episode of Star Trek has caused you to get into a heated debate with another Trekkie? Well, I mean, we were talking a bit about Cisco earlier, right? We were talking about Captain Cisco and the Dominion War and Deep Space Nine in relation to Gene Roddenberry. I don't know how heated it was, but we were talking about it. Thanks to Shaman with the follow, I appreciate it. I appreciate Decade a win to Tuamac with the raid, and also another win to J-Master with the generous 3 gifted subs. Again, not heated. 9 wins, no loss. Certainly not heated, but yeah, I've mentioned the last episode of Next Generation. All good things. Well, the last 2 episodes, it's a 2-parter. Yes, somebody else brought up. That's it. Somebody else brought up. Somebody said the same thing. As I said, says, I can't believe you enjoyed the final episode of Next Generation. No, you said it the other day. All good things. I really like All Good Things. I think All Good Things is great. Save Dad, my father, he doesn't like All Good Things. Partly because he just doesn't like Q. He doesn't like Q. Q's too much for him. But you know, so it's not a heated debate, but you know, he doesn't like All Good Things. I like All Good Things, but you know, it's been a long road debating Janeway and Spock. It's been a long time. What? Trying to turn into a mock time, you know, Spock a mock, which is the name of an episode of Strange New Worlds. Trek fans are choice for being hot-tempered and easily aggravated. Well, I mean, that can happen. A lot of people got mad about Discovery. I don't know. Heated debate? I don't know. It still has never been a heated debate, but, you know, there's also a lot of Star Trek fans who got upset about the JJ reboots, you know? There's still people that don't like the J.J. Abrams reboots, and I really like the first reboot a lot. I like Star Trek 2009 a lot. I'm a little bit more tepid on In the Darkness and Beyond, but I like Star Trek 2009 a lot. So if anybody's heat about 2009, you know, I'm on the side that likes it. Eric says, is Strange New Worlds as good as the reviews say in your opinion, or have you not watched? No, I definitely have watched Strange New Worlds. I really like Strange New Worlds. To the point, and we actually talked about this a little bit earlier today. Yeah, no, absolutely. There's still other ways you can get into Star Trek, but pretty much anybody who asks now, you know, if I wanted to watch some Star Trek, what should I watch? I pretty much say, yeah, start with episode 1 of Strange New Worlds. And I don't know if they took it down. They were doing it to promote season 2, but they had the whole first season of Strange New Worlds up on YouTube officially, legally, for free. I don't know if it's still up. I don't know if it's still up or if they took it down when season 2 actually started. Thanks to Gaia with the follow. I appreciate that. Do they still have it up? Let me see. It's only in the US too, of course, or maybe US and Canada, but... Showing the first 2 Chris Pine movies, haven't seen the third. I think the third one's worth seeing. I don't like the ending of it, but I think a lot of it is good. Yeah, it looks like they're still up. So if you're in the US, or maybe other territories that allow it, there's a link. There's a link right there. I just put it in chat. That's the first episode of Strange New Worlds, and they've got all 10. They have all 10 up there legally. Legally. They've definitely cute unenjoyer. Man says, long streams this weekend. Hey, yeah, it's been a good weekend for viewership. It's been a good weekend for viewership, because you know, yesterday we had 350 to 400 people. Today we've had 350 to 400 people. It's been very, very rock solid in that range, right around, you know, 375 average, which is really great. So appreciate people being here and doing some extra time. Says, the way you say legally makes me think they're up legally. No, it's on Paramount's channel. I just mean, you know, sometimes in chat people talk about seeing shows other ways. And so I'm just saying, like, you don't even need to. You don't even need to. It's all up here. Paramount's giving it to you. They want you to watch the show. Give it a shot. This is, my mom didn't like the first few episodes / season of The Good Place. I'd like to give it a try. Can you speak highly of the ending for me? I mean, I can. You've heard me do it before. What, you just need motivation? I've said it before, I'll say it again. The last episode of Star Trek Next Generation is all good things, which I really like. 10 wins, no losses. Undefeated still. But yeah, The Good Place with Kristen Bell or whatever. Now, I liked season 1. I think I like the show better as it goes along, but I did like season 1. If you don't like season 1, maybe you won't like the show as much as me. But yeah, I've said before, I'll say again, of every show I've seen quite a lot of shows. Not as many as, everybody, but probably more shows than most people. I think The Good Place is my favorite ending of any show. I felt more than satisfied. When you see a show, and you're probably wrong because you're not a scriptwriter, unless you are. And if you are, then that's cool. But you watch something like, oh man, I could have done better than this. This is crap. This is the worst ending. Why would they take the characters this way? This is awful. The Good Place ending was like, man, this is better than what I would have done. And I might have vaguely thought about this and think, you can't do that on TV. You can't pull off this ending. It just doesn't work. Might work in a book. but I thought they pulled it off. I thought it was great. As they drag it on for cash, story over, and all things tied up. Yeah, I mean, it still went on for, what, if Good Place is 4 seasons, I think? It's not short. Not super short, but yeah, they didn't try to drag it on for 11 seasons or something. But yeah, I just thought I would maybe genuinely call that ending beautiful. I might, and I'm not a person who would usually describe things that way. I love that ending. Impressed with the last season of Parks and Recreation. Yeah, it's a shame that they, it was right as Chris Pine was, getting into Guardians of the Galaxy, so he's not in the season much. But they did some interesting stuff there, and I enjoyed that. I don't think the ending of Parks and Recreation is nigh on to perfect. Like, I really loved the ending of The Good Place, but I enjoyed Parks and Recreation all the way from Season 2 to the ending. I say Season 2 because Season 1 I don't like as much.
The better.
John laughs at Chris Pine. Oh, I said Pine instead of Pratt. Oh, let's just screw it up all the way. Yeah, you remember Chris Hemsworth in Parks and Recreation? He was so good.
We're going on a dangerous voyage.
Let's have a check at The Good Place. 17 episodes. Was looking for a new show. Yeah, I'm sure it's not for everybody. But yeah, I by the end of it, I truly, really, I loved that show by the end. I was so impressed. So impressed with how they landed the ending. Plenty of Sopranos. There was a 3-season story originally. Most good shows get dragged from main ratings. How many seasons is Soprano in the end? Because I've not actually watched Sopranos. I'm sure to my misfortune, but if it was a 3-season story, is it 12 seasons or is it 6? Six, yeah, okay.
Let's see, what do I do?
So here's our Colossals. So the Abyss is the best one right away. I think I'll take it.
The results of my leadership.
6 seasons, but there's 2 parts to the 6th. Okay. Rob Schneider. Porks. Rob Schneider is Chris Hemsworth. Wait, what? My favorite's Trek antagonist. Well, you can't go wrong with the original Khan, with Ricardo Montalban. And that, there's actually, Q I guess is an antagonist, but there's not all that many recurring Star Trek antagonists, right? Even Khan is only in 2 things. He's in 1 episode of the show and 1 movie, and the movie's great. Well, and then he's in the reboot movie, but I don't like that. And so, but Gul Dukat. There's Gul Dukat in Deep Space Nine. Right, no, there's this Dukat, exactly. No, I'm waiting to get to Dukat. Dukat's great, and Dukat is certainly very recurring. Yeah, Boggs says Mud twice, and then Mud actually shows up again on Discovery in 1 or 2 episodes. With a new actor, of course. But yeah, there's not a huge number of recurring Star Trek antagonists. There's really not. The Borg Queen shows up multiple times, but often played by new actresses. There's like 3 or 4 different actresses that play the Borg Queen. So even that's a little hard to count.
If 3 right.
Yeah, Joey said you could just say the Borg in general. Yeah, I mean, if we're saying like the Borg in general versus Romulans in general versus this in general, I do think there's definitely more good Klingon episodes than Romulan episodes. We've guessed Finton Mud was that Firefly character. What, like Badger? Huh.
Pillage the village.
I said, Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg is not an antagonist. Guinan's, you know, the bartender and Picard's friend. Isn't anybody in Firefly called something Mud? There was Atherton Wing. There was Mud. I mean, they go to Mud Town. They go to Mud Farmer Central. Jane Cobb. The hero of Canton, the man they call Jane Cobb.
Let's blow the roof off of this.
Does Kai Wynn count as an antagonist? Sure, definitely. Here with a passion. Reserved for future characters. Yeah, though she's really, really good at that. And yeah, that's the thing, you know. She's effective. She's super effective as an antagonist. Incredibly effective. But yeah, she is so successfully dislikable. Hey, we got 11-0. Hey, we got 11-0, by the way. She's so successfully dislikable that to the point that, like, it's uncomfortable. Many of the interactions with Kai Wynn are uncomfortable, and, you know, you want to see her get taken down more so than Ducat, right? They really triple down because they were uncomfortable with how much people liked Ducat. Because the whole point of Ducat is that he's a charismatic fascist, and he's so charismatic. He's so charismatic, and the actor was so good that the writers became concerned. They're like, "No, you're not supposed to like the fascist," and so they triple down really hard in the last. Is it the last 2 seasons or last 3 seasons? But they really triple down on making him, you know, insane and, you know, this, that, the other thing. Because everything they tried before that, people are like, oh man, I love Ducat. When's a great antagonist? Yeah. Ducat did nothing wrong. Kai Wynn is so unlikable, it's unbelievable. But it's that thing. It's that thing is so... the big thing about Kai Wynn, that isn't done as much in sci-fi, I think, as it is in some other places. It's in political shows and stuff, and office shows, are sure. But the thing is that, you know, Ducat is an external force. Ducat's an external force, right? Khan is an external force. Most antagonists are external forces. They're over there in the enemy camp. And they interact with the heroes, but they're over in the enemy camp. Kai Wynn is in a position of authority within the good guys, screwing everything up. So yeah, they did a bunch of, they did a bit in Game of Thrones with like the High Sparrow, which is a similar, you know, figure of authority. But yeah, it's a very different feeling, right? When you have a character that is so unlikable, and the good guys can't touch her because she's in a position of authority. It's a very different character than you get with most antagonists. 11 wins, no loss. See if we can... Yeah, says going for the perfect, says Mark. Indeed. So many cases in media of writers making the villain too likable. They get upset when the fans love them. So many... Both men Ducat work so well because they believe they hear the story. Yeah, especially Ducat. Yeah, towards the end, Kai Wynn starts. Yeah, she's got the whole thing where she's. What's the word I'm looking for? She feels she deserves so much more than she gets, because the orbs don't talk to her, which is fun. Which is fun. The gods know she's undeserving.
You asked for it.
Like Ducat, because he was charming but ruthless. Right, and he's got that neck. We were just talking about Ducat yesterday, so I still have the image of Ducat's actor, right? Because you think about it kind of less when he's in full makeup, right? The Cardassians have the neck makeup with the scales and stuff. And so part of the reason he was hired, a big part of the reason, was because he's got that neck. You know, he was on Next Generation first as a different Cardassian. And, you know, his nickname, like in high school, was the neck. And so, you know, he's great. He's great. But he was largely hired for the length of his neck. The Next Generation. That's funny. No ban for that. Hey, yeah, Pizza goes for the same type of thing. Fag got there first. As a comparison, I'm not gonna say that one because it sounds kind of mean, but sure. Thank you to Platypus with the follow, by the way. 4 minutes ago, I was talking about High Win.
What is it?
Says, you think you witnessed a bug anyway. Yami turn never end. You could both emote, try exit, reconnect over. Counts as your loss. Happened 3 times today. When you play it on your phone in arena games. I've seen that happen like 1 time before. Years ago. I don't play on phone, so yeah, I haven't heard people complaining about it. But yeah, you could try to go to like the BattleNet Hearthstone bug report forum and see if people are complaining about it. You could do a search on the Hearthstone subreddit. But I haven't seen people complaining about it here. That's about all I can tell you. Not recently. I get a thank with the 8 months of sub. Super appreciated. Well, you just said the neck generation. And so, you know, it is an excellent decision. It is an excellent decision, but if you said the next generation, I feel like this is the proper response this time.
You're adorable.
Or alternatively.
Well done.
Well done. I liked it. It made me laugh. It made me laugh. All right, for the 8 months, almost upgrading to the red badge. The red badge on the 9 months. Could technically I've sensed this to get rid of the arcane bolts. Doesn't seem like the greatest plan of all time, but we could do it. Got one of those immolates. Was I supposed to shout somebody out? In chat, I typed exclamation. Oh, I think I was gonna shout Mikazan. I think I was gonna shout Mikazan. When you shouted out Mikazan at the start of the stream, now Mikazan has slept and returned. To make sure you're supposed to say a DBZ speech for this match. Only at 11-2. Only at 11-2, which somebody may have already replied. Yeah, Jim is only at 11-2, yeah. Because we can't be shouted on the rocks. We can't be shouted on the rocks 11-3. Not yet. Later we can. Just use the cold case. I mean, I could try to emulate here, but that's typically a huge mistake. Makes sense to be doing the final chapter of Darkest Dungeon 2 soon. I wish you big luck with it. I will definitely not be there. Often because of time zones, but in this case, because I bought the game and want to play the game, so I don't want to see the final chapter. I'll play it myself, but wish you very good luck with it. Star neck. Necker prize? Lower necks. That one's more interesting. That one's also a magazine I subscribe to, but that's a different thing. It's a very specific appeal. Yeah. 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 Let's do this. Prefer Patrick Stewart in Next Men. That's actually also pretty good. You've used your first time chat well.
That is a joke. I get it.
Deep next. I mean, space next. That doesn't work as well. You Sabbath with the raid. I appreciate it. Get a shout out in a second unless a mod beats me to it. You've caught the end of the stream, hopefully. I say hopefully. It's time to Emily. It could be. It could be. I'm not super threatened here. I can play Diver and freeze that. And they discovered spells that could be big. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Let's see. Shout out. But you forgot the X on the end. Oh. Oh, if you want someone done right, do it yourself. There's the Twitch shout too. Hope you had a great stream. We've had a great stream. We just had a 12-win mage, a 12-1 mage, and now we're at 11-0. Maybe we'll plunge from 11-0 to 11-3. But like I said, I hope you've caught the end of the stream. That means we're gonna win this one. Thank you to a difficult name to pronounce. I'm not sure if it could be like Tropic, but thank you to TR with the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, we do wish we had a Deathborn here. We might be able to get one off Spellcoiler if we're lucky.
Queen's power is beyond your comprehension.
Do I want a cheap spell or do I want an expensive spell? Death Chiller? Well, now I wish I had a. I wish I had a cheap spell. Maybe.
Works against me.
I'm begging them to trade the 4-2 into the 4-6. Ramlet Pont, yeah. So they have a Firelands portal. A lot of their cards are burning, though.
Mercy for you.
So they got destroyed? I don't know if I recognize that word by autocorrect. We've got Phelan and Dredge. Next turn we can get the 8-mana minion off Crystal Broker. So there's no way I can play Trench Surveyor before the Phelan. I guess I'll do this. I guess I will play the Death Chiller. Only does 1 damage face, though. More of a nautical term. Ah, okay. I know, like, Scuttle. They're about to burn, like, 4 cards over there, yeah? Maybe 11-0 for the chance at 12-0, or just take a 12-2. Oh, I see what you're saying. It depends on class. Well, you know, that's a more interesting question than I thought.
Error. Hot bucket.
So we actually still only burn 1 card. It looks like we burn a mech. Despite everything, we only burn 1 card. MC Blingtron. Hold on, I gotta think about this. Right, yeah, so if I was gonna say, for classes I don't have the 12-0 with, I'd take the 11-0. Which we're missing like 3 classes or something. But then I was gonna say, well, actually, but we've seen our 12-0 YouTube videos get way more views than our regular 12s lately. So I don't know, maybe I would take a chance at 12-0, just for the YouTube possibilities. The possibilities, the pitfall, and the promise.
good to use.
My past cannot chain me forever.
Every third minion you play each turn costs 0.
Time works against me. Feel the beat.
It is good order, by the way. Or not? Or was it? I'm seeing the worst burn. Could represent a lot of face damage. Could. I've taken 1 extra damage per thing. Capitalist 1 infusion. Ah. Speaking of infusion. Speaking of infusion. Going down swinging. There's Alvaria, baby. She's right there. This ain't chat from Subrish. Nice run. Set a few 8s. But back-to-back 12s is amazing. I hope I haven't got there yet, though. Fine. She's on screen. She's right there. She's right there. There's Alvaria. It's this piece of art right here. We're at 11-0 run. I gotta see what we're actually doing here.
We're going on a dangerous voyage. You in?
Okay, that sucked up a lot of the cards. So there's no mech there. Synergies is really good, but the crab is the only one here that does face damage. I guess save it for the victory. No, we had time.
Works against me.
The only one that does face damage. Healing's also nice. It could be. I think I want this one the least, though. Crab infuses. Yeah, so it's Syndragosa, though, right? Syndragosa has the 2 wings. It does infuse more in the healing, though. They take 5 damage from the runes. What if they were worried about ejection instead? They get their own secret. Now, speaking of ejection, they could object to the crab. They could object to the crab, and that would be sad unless we win the game anyway. Currently, if they object to the crab, we win the game anyway. So let's play the crab. This could be Ice Barrier. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Service is 12-0. Very nice. Raiden just in time. Like I said, make sure you check out Cerberus there if you want to see more great arena gameplay. Got some 8s, they said. Alright, and yeah. Wait, here's this, by the way. Yeah, no, wait. Hey, if you're watching on the YouTube, if you subscribe to the channel, if you like this video, if you commented type thing, I appreciate it. If you don't, I still appreciate you viewing. You still a viewer count. You still matter. Yeah, but Google keeps taking all the money until we get like 1 billion more people on the YouTube. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Mikazan with not at 5. Mikazan's gifted 5 subs after 12, but for 12-0 gifts 10 subs. J-Master gives 5 subs.
So say we all. 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 So say we all.
Says 3, but Second time we've done So Say We All for J-Master. Hey, thank you very much. If anybody cheers a hard bit or does a sub within the next 4 minutes, it'll count all of J-Master's 5 and Mikazan's 10 on a hype train. ATD gifts a sub. Does indeed trigger the hype train.
Excellent decision.
Excellent decision. This becomes a just chatting stream at this point, though, because I'm not doing another run. I will keep chatting until the hype train is over, even if the hype train goes on for 42 minutes like that other day happened. We'll talk about Kai Win, and we'll talk about Goldukat's neck. But yeah, I'm not going to do another run. We've been streaming for 9 hours. We've been streaming for 9 hours, but we'll become a just chatting stream until, it's a golden deal with the devil. Until the hype train is over. So yeah, hype train's at level 4.06. If you do not have all the level 4 or below hype emotes, you can get one. You can get one by cheering a hard bit, or by doing a sub, your own or a gifted one. Rare and epic, not a bad pack. Switch over to Zelda for a few minutes. I don't know about that either. We're just chatting. What screen do we...